I'm Ed Kelley, editor of the Oklahoman. Getting Burns Hargis to work early sure has paid off for OSU. Remember that Hargis, as a former regent who quit last July, would have had to cool his heels until this week to begin his presidency at the school. That's because state law stipulated he had to wait a full calendar year before becoming a university employee. But the state legislature stepped in and cut the waiting period from a year to 6 months, which meant Hargis became president in March. Still plenty of time for the legislative session, but more importantly, helped lead a gold rush of private funding that is unprecedented in OSU's long history. Millions and millions of dollars have come OSU's way in recent weeks, in large part because of a moratorium on the state matching private donations to endowed chairs. That moratorium begins today, July 1. Imagine then if Hargis was forced to wait until now to become president after the state-imposed moratorium. Think these many millions of dollars would have happened without his leadership and personal touch? Well, maybe some of the money would have come forth, but certainly not to the extent it has. Quite simply, getting Hargis to Stillwater 4 months early has paid enormous dividends for the entire OSU system. Big donors certainly have led the way. The most famous, of course, is Oilman Boone Pickens, whose latest gift of $100 million will go for endowed chairs. And go in a big way because he's allowing other donors to decide which chairs to endow, and he'll simply match them. Then the state comes in and matches it again, which means that the gifts, in many cases, eventually will have quadrupled in value. It's a heck of a deal. Of course, the state will struggle for ways to pay for the taxpayers' share of the endowed chairs. The moratorium probably makes sense for now to allow for a $100 million bond issue to pay for the backlog of endowed chairs that are already in the food chain. But it's a great deal for OSU, and the new leader, whose first 100 days or so on the job have been nothing short of impressive.
Let's see it.